Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in today's video we're looking at some of the best cards to craft for the Scholomance Academy expansion. I'm focusing on cards that fit into Tier 1 and Tier 2 decks, as well as a few Tier 3 decks as well. So the first card we have is Adorable Infestation. This is a card that is really strong in Aggro Druid, and there might be some Aggro Hunter deck that it will fit into as well. Lightning Bloom is a dual class card for Druid and Shaman. Currently, it's seeing play in Big Shaman as well as Aggro Druid. There are potentially some new Druid decks in the works, but due to the nerf to Kael'thas, deck builders are still working on refining their lists. Raz Frostwhisper is a great card to consider for your Reno Mage list. This gives you board control as well as a body for trading. Devolving Missiles is seeing play in Big Shaman. I personally don't like it in Quest Mage. I prefer to discover it, but some players are enjoying it in their Mage decks as well. Jandisbarov is seeing play in Odd Rogue. This is for board control, and a lot of Death Rattle minions at a 5 cost in Wild are very valuable. But some players are also playing this in their Arena Mage list, so this is definitely a good craft to either of those archetypes. One Thief is an incredibly aggressively statted card, and it's seeing play in Quest Mage, Reno Quest Mage, and Odd Rogue. I specifically really like it in Odd Rogue because I like having access to mage spells. Coerce was a card that I initially kind of wrote off. I'm just thinking Valsvine Slayer is better. But then when I read the card a bit more carefully, I realized that it can actually destroy 2 minions. So being able to destroy a damaged and then any minion for 3 mana, yes, you gotta combo it. Yes, there has to be a damaged minion. But this is incredible for board control, and potentially better than your Vilespine Slayer, just getting rid of 1 minion and having a 3/4 body. Cutting Class is seeing play in Kingsbane Rogue, since you can buff up the Kingsbane's attack by a lot very quickly. Some players are also playing this in Odd Rogue, which I'm not a huge fan of, because then I have to include Deadly Poison, which I've traditionally never liked in my Odd Rogue lists. But if you want to have it in your Odd Rogue, you're going to want to put Deadly Poison in as well. Lord Barov is a dual class card between Warrior and Paladin. I've never seen it in a Paladin deck myself, but it's a really valuable card to have in your Odd Warrior list, so definitely a consideration. Flesh Giant, I'm sure many of you are used to seeing this slam down against you, or you might be the person slamming them down against your opponent. The fact that this reduces in cost when you heal or take damage means that Dark Glare Warlocks can slam this out very early in the game. Also, the art is terrifying. Raise Dead is seeing play in your Reno Priest lists as well as your Dark Glare Warlock lists, and it's just a ridiculous card. Yet again, 0 mana cards are very dangerous, and this is one of them. It dodged the nerf hammer the first time. Who knows what's going to happen the second time, but it's an incredible card. So we've gone through all the dual class cards. Now we go into the class specific cards, looking first at Demon Hunter. The only Demon Hunter card I'd recommend crafting is Mage Hunter. This is basically just gives you more silence in your odd Demon Hunter deck. And keep in mind that the silence happens before the attack happens, so you can sometimes clear a heavily buffed minion very easily. Looking at Druid, we have Gibberling, which sees play in Aggro Druid. And keep in mind that when this summons a Gibberling, that Gibberling has the spell burst ability. So you can chain a bunch of spells and then buff your board to get a board full of Gibberlings. A Firebrand is a nice card to include in your Reno Quest Mage. Reno Quest Mage did kind of get slowed down by the nerf to open the Waygate. I know Quest Mage didn't, Reno Quest Mage did. And so if you're a little behind on board, need a bit of a catch-up, Firebrand can help you achieve that. Goody Two Shield to seeing play in Odd Paladin. This just gives you some really nice board control. Maybe you want to take out a Flame Waker or a Totem Golem, and then playing one of your spells like Never Surrender or Muster for Battle gives you that Divine Shield back to get another value trade. Odd Paladin's also using Blessing of Authority, which is great to be able to turn, say, one of your Silverhand recruits into a 9/9 to get a nice trade, and then next turn you can aim that Silverhand recruit at your opponent's face. Mindrender Elucia, I am aware that this is the incorrect mana cost. It should say 3, but I don't have access to the new art yet. But this is still a card you want to craft even at 3 mana, and it's a card you're going to want to have specifically in your Reno Priest, but really in any Priest deck in general. It's just an incredible card. Moving over to Rogue, we have Secret Passage, which is seeing play in Kingsbane as well as Odd Rogue. Why would you not want to run this? Who doesn't want to get 5 cards for 1 mana? Just absolutely insane. And keep in mind that when you replace your hand with those 5 cards, anything that you generate, whether it's drawing more cards or generating lackeys or other spells, they stay in your hand when your hand swaps back. So just absolutely ridiculous card. Vulpera Toxinblade is seeing play in Odd Rogue. And I'm not a big fan of it in Kingsbane Rogue because you've got better ways to buff your weapon in Kingsbane decks, but some people are running it in Kingsbane Rogue as well. Looking at Shaman, we have Diligent Note Taker, which is a great value card for even Shaman. Lets you get an extra Crackle or an extra Maelstrom Portal or Devolve. Just really nice card to have in the list. And then we move to the neutrals. So Sphere of Sapience is an incredible weapon that you want to. If you're a control player, you should probably craft this. It's just really good value. I personally like it in my Reno Mage as well as my Reno Warlock. Not a big fan of it in my Reno Priest. I find that Reno Priest can cycle fast enough that it doesn't need it. But if you want to include it, no one's going to stop you. But it's just an incredible card. Speaking of incredible cards, Laurel Keeper Porkelt is also amazing. I specifically like this in my Reno Priest when I don't get my Raza or my Shadow Reaper Anduin or my Reno Jackson on time. This can help me do that. It's also seeing play in Reno Secret Mage to help you get your Alaneth or your Reno Jackson on time. And it's just an incredible powerhouse card. Voracious Reader, probably the most annoying sounding card in the expansion, is seeing play in Aggro Druid. And if you're playing any sort of aggro mech deck with Jeeves, you might want to consider replacing Jeeves with this, because this basically does what Jeeves does, but for only 2 mana. Wandmaker is a really good value, 2 mana 2/2 neutral, and you know what really likes 1-cost spells in their decks? Quest Mage. So you're going to see this in your Quest Mage as well as your Reno Quest Mage. Mana Feeder Panthera is a really nice card to consider in even decks, specifically even Shaman. For example, on turn 3, you can Hero Power, play a 2/3 for 2, draw a card. Just good, solid value. Tour Guide. This card is being played in a wide variety of decks, specifically Darkglare Warlock, Odd Rogue, and Odd Paladin. And it's just a great card to either get a board, get a weapon, or activate your Darkglare to get ridiculous boards. So just incredible card. Penflinger is another card that Darkglare Warlock is utilizing. Being able to deal 1 damage, you can use it to clear board. You can use it on your own face to get some more mana with Darkglare on board. And it's quite easy to return it back to your hand based on the cards that Darkglare Warlock runs. And last of all, we have Intrepid Initiate, 1 mana 1/2. It's quite easy to make this a 3/2, especially in Aggro Druid, where this is seeing the most play, where you can play your Innovate, play your Lightning Bloom to get a 1 mana 3/2 very easily. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if there's any cards that you think should be considered crafting that were not included in this video. And if you want to support this channel, you can click the subscribe button, click that bell, and until next time, hope to see you again.